In fact, we are very lucky at this particular age in time. My father is an accountant, and I decided to be an accountant at class 7. I know probably you guys had not decided to do that, but I decided that I'll be an accountant in class 1, class 7. Before I move on with the story about what moved me to that level, I'll tell you this. As an accountant, if you sleep hungry without food, then trust me, that is a choice you've made. But as an accountant, you are not allowed. It is a taboo to sleep without food. In fact, it is a taboo to be poor. Na msiseme ati ninaonea watu maskini. No. Poverty is a choice. I'll repeat. Poverty is a choice. That is biblical. Uliza pastor. If you do not work, you do what? You don't eat. What is that? So meaning if you work, definitely you have to eat. Then tell me how poverty is not a choice. Personal branding. What kind of brand are you? Are you a strong brand or a weak brand in the market? When people look at you, what do they see? Okay, I'm not talking about looking at you in the workplace. I'm saying naturally when they look at you as a person, what do they see? Do they see a weak brand or a strong brand? That goes back to you in college. Kuna wenye wamemaliza section 6. I've seen you guys talking strongly about clearing and you don't want to go back. You've just done the exam and you're waiting for the results. That is one step. Please pass those exams. But remember this. As much as you're working so hard to pass the exams, make sure that you remember what you were taught. Don't read to pass exams. I'll repeat. Kindly, I beg you, do not read to pass exams. Passing exams is so easy. When you come to my office, I'll employ you, probably you won't last the probation period. During our time, Mr. Gikonyo, Gidinchi, and Njuguna will tell you, they used to ask, please, I want an accountant, but let him be the one who has passed through KTC. Why? Minadanganya. Why were they saying that? The training we were going through that time, boss, Buddha boss. Unapita 4, unaanguka moja, unarudishiwa zote. Ukweli ama uongo? My prayer is that they return that back. I'm being very honest. Okay. We are talking here as friends. I'm an accountant. And I want to, can I explain myself at least? Why am I saying they bring it back? We are doing what we call mass production. Everybody, when we were growing up, we were told that soma kwa bidii ndio upate kazi, uandikwe kazi. Sasa hizo kazi mnataka muandikwe, ni nani anaenda kuzitengeneza? Sisemi kitu. Literally what I'm telling you guys is this, You'd rather produce less but quality than producing so much to nowhere. It used to create a level of discipline which is not there now. In fact, I can assure you, even that one who's repeating that one paper, he has forgotten those that he passed. True or false? Of what use is that? Of what use is that? Ina maana yote hiyo kweli? So what I'm suggesting is this: you guys create a brand, make sure that when somebody sees you, is this a professional that you are? And that is what will really move you to another level. Now, looking for a job. That is what I do at Accountants Online Global. I've managed to employ more than 3,213 accountants before I set up the company. I'll repeat, I've managed to employ single-handedly 3,213 accountants before I set up the company to do that job. Why and how? It is easy. I created an accounting group. I know you guys used to know it as Accountant on Facebook. It moved to Accountant Online Global. And my job was, ninauliza mahali kuna kazi, wanaleta, and we post it, and people get jobs within that particular group. We grew so much that we wanted to create employment. And true to that word, we've actually created employment. We've employed a number of people. And I'm very happy to see a few guys that we've posted and employed in this particular room. I'm very happy. I'm not going to mention names. But the point is, looking for a job, people here, we are looking for jobs the wrong way. People are looking for jobs the wrong way. Now, they do not know what kind of jobs they are going to look for. Ukimuuliza, unataka nini? Nataka kazi. Gani? Yoyote tu. There is no job inaitwa yoyote. True or false? The same way, unaulizwa, how much salary can we give you? Kitu yoyote tu bora nisikae nyumbani. Really? You guys are in Pinacle, right? Munapewa masomo ya bure? Si munalipa? Hizo pesa nani ameleta? So you want to give free services? What I'm telling you is this. You must know your worth. But before you start knowing your worth, can you kindly make sure that your paperwork is right? Can you kindly make sure that your CV, your cover letter, and actually your presentation in an interview is right? Many of you probably have never gone for an interview. That is the time that many of you start sweating your palms. Huku kuna teremka. Before you even meet that particular panel, you already have a map here. True or false? What is the worst that can happen? There are two things. They either give you the job or they don't. In which case, if they don't give you the job, you'll still continue looking. Eh? And if they give you the job, you'll thank them and say, what? Let me work. True or false? So then why are you sweating? Do you honestly have a reason to sweat? When you have those two things, why do you sweat? Number two, in the interview panel, you are freaking, you are shaking, even the voice is not coming. You are saying things that are not, you know, they're not coming out simply because you've panicked. Can you relax? Can you get into an interview setup and actually crack a joke? I'm not joking. Probably when you get in an interview panel, everybody will be looking at you, right? Try to be entrepreneurs. Can we kindly make that wise decision and decide, no. Can we set up a business? Now, let me do this. Ask them. They've set up a business. Ask the people that are around. When we came here, you guys don't want to mingle with us. We don't bite. You don't want to say hi to us. We don't beat. Probably you think we look too serious. Actually, we are not. We are jokers. I'm being honest. Then why are you so scared about us? Why can't you mingle? Why can't you create networks? Mtu wowote anaweka stock in his shop to sell. In this particular economy, is somebody suffering? Am I lying? The biggest asset that you have today is your brain. And if you set your business on your brain, you will for sure succeed. I can swear to God that will actually happen. And that one step that you make, the bold moves you make to get into entrepreneurial business, the better it is. And again, you don't have to do what people are doing. I recruit people, but I don't do what Brighter Monday does. I do not. I do not promise anybody a job. Ask them. What I promise is a chance to go for an interview, on which case, two things will be determined. Your papers, and what else? Your ability to convince the employer. Period. If you're coming for a job, unless I'm employing you in my organization, I'm not giving you a job. That is a fact. Ukweli ama uongo? Kuna mahali unaambiwa titakupa kazi. Itakupa kazi kabisa. Then what do? They give you a job of 10,000 shillings. What can you do with 10,000 shillings? Kwani unaishi wapi? Unakula nini? Una transport ni nini? When will you ever drive your own car? With the 10,000 shillings? That is why sometimes you tell employers, hey, excuse me, there's no way I'm going to give you a CPK for 25,000 shillings. No. But the problem is, me I say no, you ukienda kanda ukiambiwa ni 25, unasema, nipe tu. Sasa nitakusaidia namna gani? You understand? So you need to really make that wise decision to actually do what? Set up the business. Networking. There's somebody who came here and he talked about businesses, and I think he's my brother up there, about businesses and how your family can support you. I'll differ. In most cases, your family might not support you, but the person seated next to you can support you. Actually, anybody who's helped me up my ladder is my friend, not necessarily my relative, not even my own father and mother. My own father and mother, I thank them, they raised me up, and I appreciate and I'll always adore them, but the people who supported me are the people around me. The people who give me jobs are those who are working. And by the way, many organizations don't actually advertise their jobs, internal memos, and that is why I can easily employ many, and like many people who are waiting for the jobs in the interview. And by the time the jobs appear on the newspaper, they've already employed, shortlisted, including government. I'm telling you the truth. Watu wanagawana, nipe 35 positions, nipe 20 positions. By the time you guys are rushing to send your whatevers, unless you have somebody to push them. But the truth is, internal memos are the ones that work. True or false? So when we know that, then why can't we network? For example, you guys have cleared Section 6. If you manage to pass, probably you won't even want to have the contact of the person seated next to you. And you expect that life will be easy. Others, we give them jobs, they disappear completely until when they are told the contract is going to be terminated. Then they're not kupigia simu. Hello, sasa vini? Umelost? Itatakiwa ni kutafute tukunywe moja. I mean, alafu anakuambia, by the way, unajua mahali kuna position, naona ka contract kangu anataka kuisha. Where have you been for the last 5 years? You need to create your networks. Why am I here today? Why am I here today? I wasn't in Pinacle, but I love my brothers. We meet them with them every single day. I came here because I need this network to expand. I need you guys. And you need me. That's a fact. So when we know we need each other, why can't we be together? Ati sasa umemaliza kutoka Pinacle, maneno ya Githinji utaki kusikia. Bro, you need him more than he needs you. Ati sasa Njuguna, tutaonanga tu kwa barabara. Bro, you better go visit him and buy him a soda. Tunaelewana? Tunaelewana? You need to invest in you as a person. Invest in yourself. The same way ukitoka kwa nyumba leo ulienda ukadunga poa. Ukasema leo nataka niwakilishe mtaani. Na kweli umewakilisha. Invest in yourself. Invest in your brains. Feed your brains with the correct materials. Feed your brain with everything, and actually position yourself somewhere. Value yourself in the sense that hata ukienda interview, mtu akikuuliza how much do you want, would you want to have as a salary, what will you say? You will comfortably give them a figure, but there is a challenge. I want to ask one question. If you came to an interview and I asked you this question, how would you respond to it? If I give you 20 bob, would you take this job? Somebody has already said no. So, who else has a better answer than that? If I gave you 20 shillings for a salary, would you take this job? You guys have vehemently, mnakataa hiyo. That is a very easy question to answer. Everybody says that the salary part is the most, hiyo ndio kizungumkuti, si ndio? Can I tell you how easy it is? It is so easy. Do you know your rent? Do you know how much you spend on fare? Do you know how much you spend on food? Do you know how much you entertain your body? Kuambia mwili pole. Do you? Do you know? Now, if you know all that, and you can now say, mwili pole ni hii ingine ni hii ingine ni hii. Sasa na ninataka ni save 10k. Sasa una hadi hizo zote unamwambia mazee, hiyo 70 itanifaa. You understand? Now, going back to the question I asked, automatically what that person is asking you is, what is your, how are you prepared mentally? Can I give you an answer to that question? Sir, if 20 shillings can pay my rent, pay my transport, dress me, fuel my my car, and I can comfortably afford to save something, why not? Now, unajua kile umefanya? Ni ile vitu tulikuwa tunafanya na Bwana Githinji na Gikonyo. Mpira mtu akikupigia unamrudishia. You've turned the ball back to him. Do you think he will ask you any other question? The point you're saying is, kindly you have your company policies. Can you follow those particular policies? Sini kweli? I've said so much. I've directed you to ask so many other things. Sasa, and truth be told, sometimes naona kagiza kanaingia. Mnataka muende nyumbani, wengine mnataka kudunda, mnataka mdunde, mwambie mwili pole baada ya exam ngumu, sio? I've pointed you to us where the money is. The issue is this. You need to make that decision to go for the money. Don't do what everybody does. Madam, mtu anafungua boutique na wewe unataka kufungua boutique, surely. Mnauzia nani? Mtakuwa mkiuziana ama mkibadilishana nguo? Mtu anafungua salon, pia wewe unataka kufungua salon next door. Nani atatengeneza nywele ya mwingine? I want you to be creative, be innovative, come up with something out of the ordinary. By the way, if you hear where they want somebody to supply oxygen, I'm here and I can sell it in bottles. Literally what I'm trying to say is there are so many opportunities. And by the way, you of all the people, unlike me, a villager who was born and brought up in the village and came kushanukia hapa town, there are so many opportunities. And the money flowing in this city is so much. Why can't you tap into it? Can I ask you a question? How many colleges do we have in town? Teaching CPA and KTC. Ni ngapi? Zina wanafunzi ama hazina? Asante sana, nimewajibu. Most importantly, have fun. Thank you and God bless you. Okay. I was told to talk about personal excellency. But before I do it, yesterday I saw a document somewhere, and I decided I would want to share it with you. I'm not going to give you the topic for it now, but I want you to listen to this. I know all of us are accountants, and so you know what I'll be talking about before I talk about personal excellence. I may not be able to finish because of time, but I thought let me share it with you. We all know the work of a CEO. The document I was reading, it said, a CEO is supposed to implement the mission statement of his company. That is one of the functions of a CEO. I asked myself, what is our mission statement as Pinnacle? And I saw it as one of our mission statements. In fact, our mission statement is to provide the highest quality of training in accountancy. That's our mission statement. Another function of a CEO is to implement the vision statement of his company. To implement the vision statement of his company. I asked myself, what is our vision as Pinnacle? As Pinnacle, our vision is to be the leading training or business training firm. To be the leading business training firm. That's our vision. Another function of a CEO is to implement the core values of his company. I asked myself, what are our core values as Pinnacle? And we have two major core values. I hope you know them. All through we have been writing them. I know you know them. Cindy, one is integrity and excellency. Those are our two core values. Another function of a CEO is to review the performance of every of his departments. Of course, you know, in a company, normal company, you may have marketing department, finance department, and so on. There's so many departments. So that's another function of a CEO, to review the performance of each department. Another function of a CEO is to implement a certain organizational culture of his organization. There is always, every company has a culture that they want to implement.
and you know the core values of an organization normally make up that company to have an organizational culture. So I've given you 5 functions that document was listing about the functions of a CEO. Now the question is, this is a document, it was asking me, the document was asking me, are you the CEO of your company? And he was asking me, what if your life is your company? What if your life is your company? Then it asked me the questions. What is my mission statement? That is the question. Taking that your life is your company. I want somebody to answer me. I don't know whether you know your mission statement of your company. Being that you are the CEO of your company, and what company is this we are talking about? Your life. What is your mission statement? I don't know whether you know yours. I have mine. What is your vision statement if your life is your company? What is your mission? Now, I asked myself, tell me this, if one of the missions somebody has, maybe not here, somebody said, I hope we all wanted to be accountants, but if somebody wanted to have this mission statement, his mission statement is to help people with their healthy issues that they're facing in life, healthy problems. If that is your mission statement, what do you want to become in life? If your mission in life is to help those people who have problems in their health, you want to sort them out, of course your vision is to become a doctor, Cindy. Yes. So every one of us should have, that is what the document was telling me, everybody of us, if you take your life as your company, you should have your mission statement, you should have your vision statement, you should have your personal values, because every company has a core value. I've given you ours. Our core values are integrity and excellence. What are your personal values in life? Maybe give me one personal value you have. One personal value. You could be saying, I want to be honest in my life. That's a personal value you may have. You may decide you want to have somebody of integrity. You want to be somebody of compassion, somebody of honesty, integrity, excellence. Those are values or personal values you can stand for. So, I've said, this is what the document was asking me. What if? It says, what if you view your life as your company? Think about it. Your life as a company, you are the CEO of your life. Ask yourself the following questions. Number 1, what is the vision and the mission statement of your company? I've said, one person said in that document, his mission statement is to help people getting rid of their problems, healthy problems, and his vision was to be the best. His vision was to be the best doctor in that country. What are your personal values? That is also, I've said personal values may include things like respect, honesty, courage, integrity, excellence, compassion, persistence, and dependability. Those are some of the core values you may have, or what we are calling personal values. I also said this, and Job talked about this. I gave another function of a CEO is to review the performance of every of his departments. When it comes to your life as your company, are you able to review the performance of your various departments? Job talked about your health as a department, your career as a department, your family, that is your relationship with your family. It's a department. So some people, and some of us, by the way, concentrate on career and forget there's another department in life, which is your company, called your family. He has said, do not overlook. When you work too much and you forget your family, when you work too much and you forget your social life, you need to have that social life with your friends and your relatives and so on. So there's those departments that one need to review. That as a company has so many departments, even as a person in your life as a company, you have a lot of departments. And so you need to review those departments. Now, with that idea now, that's a document I saw in the morning, yesterday morning. So I said, being that we are accountants, I thought it was relevant to accountants. You know the work of a CEO and so on. So let me now go to my major topic. I was told I'm going to talk about personal excellency. So I'll ask you questions. When we say you want to be a person of excellency, what does it mean? In my life, I've tried to be a person of excellency. But what does it mean? Those are questions I want to ask you. What does personal excellency mean to you? Number two, what does it mean to achieve personal excellency? Why achieve personal excellency? So let us start. What is personal excellency? But before we discuss the definition of a personal excellency, I read a quote. And the quote was by somebody called Vince Labandi. This guy was a football coach in US. And these are the quotes he said. He died in 1917. But the quotes are very relevant to now, as far as personal excellence is concerned. He said this: the quality of a person's life is in direct proportion to their commitment to excellency. The quality of a person's life is in direct proportion to their commitment to excellency, regardless of their chosen field of endeavor. That's one of the quotes. He also said, perfection in life is not attainable. Perfection in life is not attainable. But if we chase perfection, we catch what? We catch excellency. He said, perfection in life is not attainable. But if we chase perfection, then we catch excellency. So let us start our discussion now. What is personal excellency? I want somebody to help us now. What do you mean when we say you want to be a person of personal excellency? What does it mean?
I want to excel.
Excel. Uh-huh.
I think it's doing much more than you have ever done before.
Doing much more than you have ever done before. I normally used to see you at the back of my class. What do you mean when you want to be a person of personal excellence? When you want to be a person of excellence, what does it mean to you?
It means, to me, it means that you can be able to dream and strategize and be able to attain those dreams.
Personal excellency is achieving the best in whatever you do. Trying to achieve the best in whatever you do. Personally, I try my best to achieve whatever I can do. At times I fail. I'm not saying I'm perfect. But when you try to achieve the best you can in whatever you do, then what you're doing is you're striving to achieve that personal excellency. Somebody else said, it's trying to live to your fullest potential. Somebody else said, personal excellency is trying to live to your fullest potential. The question is now, what things or elements do you need? What things or elements do you need for you to achieve personal excellency? That's a question I'll also ask a few people. We have said, achieving the best you can in whatever you're doing, that's what we call personal excellency. Trying to maximize your potential in whatever you do. But you need some elements, or you need to have some elements or things that will enable you to achieve that personal excellency. In whatever you do, you want to achieve personal excellence. We have not said whichever field. We have not said in the field of accounting. It could be like somebody saying, even a farmer, he may want to achieve personal excellency, but for him to achieve that personal excellency in his life or in whatever he's doing, there are some things that he requires. For example, I may give one of them, then you give me a few others. In your life, one of the things you need for you to achieve your personal excellence in whatever you do is you need that commitment. You need that commitment in whatever you're doing. Commitment to do what? To excel, as he said. You need that commitment to be the best you can in whatever you're doing. So that is what thing you need for you to achieve that personal excellency. You need that commitment in whatever you're doing. So that's one element that everyone who wants to achieve personal excellency should have in order to achieve personal excellence. Now I can throw the ball to the field. I'm told I'm not a good footballer. It's true. That guy, I think we were teaching him in Vision. He has told you we used to teach somewhere else. He didn't say where. But we were teaching somewhere in a place called Vision, the three of us. There is one director who is not with us, Mr. Otieno. He's still a person who we used to teach with him in Vision. As Vincent was saying, before even I continue, when we were there, and that's what we are saying, and he said, please try to achieve, start something on your own. Personally, I used to ask myself, I don't know how you have taken me in Pinacle, I don't know. But when I was in Vision, I used to ask myself this question. Why should I do something for somebody, yet I'm able to do it myself and work it for myself? I have not said we have excelled in Pinacle. No, we are still having our issues, okay? And we are still trying to solve our issues. And we are still trying to improve on our own. But one thing I knew within myself when I was in Vision is that one day I should do something for myself. Why, I asked myself, why should I do something here? Yes, I was not being paid badly. No. That salary was able to keep me. It was able to pay my fare. It was able to pay my food, as Vincent was. This guy who talked, he said he had to plan to leave a job and go and earn the same amount. Why? Because he wanted to grow something of his own. Okay? So, though you may not be able to move out now, but as Vincent was saying, that should be your long-term plan. That one time you should start something of your own. I'm not saying we have finished even starting things of our own. We are still planning, even as directors of Pinacle, even on my own. I'm hoping and saying I'll also start something of my own, which will grow. But in the meantime, in whatever I'm doing, whatever circumstance I'm finding myself in, I'm striving and asking myself, how can I be a person of excellence in whatever I'm doing? And one thing I need is that commitment in whatever I do. What other elements, what other things do you need? That's where we were now. So let's continue. So I was asking, what other things do you need for you to achieve personal excellency in whatever you're doing? Give me another one.
Consistency and perseverance.
Yes. He's saying that you need consistency and perseverance, which means it may also be patience, whatever, and so on. What other elements do you need for you to achieve personal excellence in whatever you are doing? It does not matter. It will be your employment, whatever you do. And by the way, some people blame employers for having said, we are doing too much work, forgetting that even the employer is looking at you on whatever you are doing. Some people do things because of the salary. In the sense that if your boss is not looking at what you're doing, that's not important to you. Some things you have to do them, even when your employer is not looking at you. But you're not working for your own, you're working for your own good. What I want to say is, or what I mean is, that some things you don't have to. Like, if I'm not there, for example, in my company, and one of my employees says I'm working overtime, and even the employer is not seeing, that kind of attitude should be out. So, let's go back to the elements, because I was given 20 minutes, and I almost think they are over. Now, I've mentioned one, you need that commitment. Number two, you need to believe in yourself. It is important that when you want to achieve personal excellence in whatever you're doing, believe in your capacity to achieve whatever you're trying to achieve. Believe in your potential, that what potential you have, you can achieve what you want to achieve. Whatever you're trying to achieve in life, when you are wanting to be a person of excellence, you must believe in yourself. That is an element that you need for you to achieve personal excellence. You need to believe in yourself. Believe in your own potential. Believe in your capacity to achieve your goal. Number three, you need to be fully focused in whatever you're doing. It could be farming. It could be your personal job like Mwangi is doing. Whatever you're doing, you need to be fully focused. Fully focused in the sense that you need to be focused for the duration of the performance. For the duration of the performance. Whatever the task you're doing, be focused on the task. In other words, try to avoid distraction. When you're fully focused on your commitment, on whatever you're trying to do, that will help you achieve personal excellence. So I came up with those three. I came up with those three elements that you need for you to achieve personal excellence. Number one, we have said, you need that commitment. Number two, we have said you need to believe in yourself. In everything you're doing, yes, I can do this. Yes, I can do this. I told you when we were all, the four of us, when we were all in vision, we asked ourselves, why can't we do these things for our own? We believed in ourselves. It's true, listen by the way, it's true we were asking ourselves, what if we go and it fails? What if it goes and it fails? Among the four of us, one director said, I'm willing to sell my car so that we can live in it, with it for a short while. Because he believed in what we were about to do. Another director, among the four of us, had a small business. And he told us, we were asking us, what if we go and we fail? What if we go and we fail? One guy told us, from my other small income, I'll maintain you guys. I'll try to maintain you. He's here. But I would say thank you for that promise that you gave to us. It's true, we were not living to earn the equivalent of what we were left in vision. No, we were earning slightly more in vision. But I remember, for the first 3 months, we went without a salary. For the first 3 months. But what was coming out is that we felt we can do something. We believed we could do something of our own. I'm not saying we have achieved yet. We hope it will grow. Our vision is to become a university. Our prayer is that we shall become one time a university. So when you are praying somewhere, somehow, pray for us also. Pray for us also. That's our vision, by the way, to become a university one time in future. Pray for us, okay? Yes. But I just wanted to show you, in whatever you do, if you believe in yourself, if you believe in your capacity and your potential, or in your capacity to achieve whatever you want to achieve, then you will achieve it, okay? That guy who talked the first time, he left believing he will achieve. And he said he achieved the same salary he was earning when he left. Another area I want us to talk about, still in the area of personal excellency, are what habits? Because you must have some habits. What habits do you have or should you have to achieve personal excellency? What habits? Like, for example, one of the habits you must have is that you must be self-disciplined. In achieving personal excellence in whatever you do, you must be a person who has self-discipline. What other habits do you need? For you to achieve personal excellence, you need that self-discipline in whatever you are doing. You also need a spirit of persistence. Yes, at times things may not go the way you want. I'm not saying even in Pinacle everything has gone the way we want. At times we have issues which keep us up and down, up and down, up and down. But we feel we need to have that spirit of persistence. We're trying to have it. So you need also, wherever you are, for you to be a person of excellency, you need that spirit of persistence in whatever you do. You need that spirit. Number 3, you need that spirit of hard work. You must be a person of hard work. That you must have. A spirit of hard work. Number 4, you need a clear vision of your future. You need a clear vision of your future. Clear vision of where do you want to be 10 years, 20 years from now, for you to achieve, so that you can be committed to achieve that vision that you have. Finally, are there benefits of achieving personal excellency? Are there benefits? Yes, there are benefits. Number 1, even in employment, I've employed some people, or I've given teachers classes, more and more classes, because of what I see in them. Because they strive to achieve personal excellence, even in teaching. They're teaching for me as a director, but when I'm seeing them teaching, I see them applying personal excellence in their life. So when they come to ask for more classes, I give them because I see what they are doing. So I'm asking you now whether there are any benefits of you practicing that personal excellence in your life. There are so many advantages. 1, it can open opportunities for you. When somebody knows you're serious in whatever you do, even in your employment, obvious, when doors open, somebody will have to give you a job. Whether it's whatever, but if I know you are a person who strives to be a person of excellency, if a door opens in my case, I have no option but to give it to you. Because I can see, or I know, you're a person of excellency. So one advantage of practicing personal excellency, this is what I wrote. That personal excellency opens more doors to more lucrative, I don't know whether it's correct, lucrative opportunities. When you practice personal excellency in your life or in your employment, in whatever you do, more opportunities will open. For example, I've said here, to be recognizable by your positive traits in a career is the best way to acquire lucrative opportunities. Do you want to be among the excellence? Do you want to be among the excellent? That is then the best way to be among the excellent and to become a person of excellency. When you achieve that personal excellency, then more opportunities will open to you. Of course you know. If there is no biasness in your employment, wherever you are, people grow from one level to another Unless you get promotions because of bribing your boss and so on. But of course, you know, people grow from one level to another because of what? Because of their work. Sindio, they are good work. The employer looks at you and says, this guy, there's an opportunity that has opened. Who can we give? It opens even in our places. And when an accountant leaves, we ask ourselves, now, who can we give? We normally look at like people like this, even within the organization, and we ask ourselves, who should we give? We don't just give anybody. True or false? True. We don't just give anybody. We ask ourselves, who deserves this job? It is only that person who we feel normally does the best. Remember, we defined personal excellency as trying to achieve the best in whatever you do. Trying to achieve your maximum potential in whatever you do. So we normally give, I don't know what happens in other organizations, but we normally give opportunities to such people. So there's an advantage of practicing personal excellency. One, is that it gives you, or it opens doors to opportunities. Number two, when you practice personal excellency, it also helps you build a character. It helps you build a character on your own. And this is a character of somebody saying, surely, by somebody, and I think it's Vincent who said, when he was talking about personal branding, when somebody looks at you like this, what does he say about you? What does he say about you? Is he saying you're a person who strives to achieve excellency, or you're not a person who strives to achieve an excellency? So if you're a person who strives to achieve personal excellency, then that in its own, as you strive to achieve, you get a character. And that character is, people will be saying, that is a guy who does the best in whatever he's trying to do. That's a character. So there's an advantage of trying to practice personal excellency in the same. I'm through with what I wanted to talk about. I was told to talk for 20 minutes, so I thought I would summarize. There's a lot we can talk about, but I thought I would summarize that. So we have talked about what is personal excellency. We have said it's trying to achieve the best.